Hi Erin, I am so excited for you to get your makeup. I'm so excited to teach you about it and how to use it. So I'm making you this tutorial that's just specifically for you. And I hope that it's helpful. I'm gonna do it and record it in a way so that after each step that I do, I'm gonna give you like the opportunity to pause it so that you can do your makeup right along with me in this video. So first things first, I'm gonna pull my hair back because it's gonna get in the way. I kind of built a compact that might look similar to yours. Obviously you can set your compact up however you want to, but this is the same size that you should have been getting, the 3D palette 12. Obviously yours is a different design, but same concept. So usually on the top layer I'll put my creams. So that's what all these are. And then on the bottom layer, I'll put my powders, like my eyeshadows and things. So just keeping your powders and your cream separated is probably a good idea if you can, just because they can mix and your creams can get ruined from your powders. So just be cautious of that. Also, I know that your eyeshadows came with our new compact, which it's a smaller one like this size, but you could totally keep them separate if you wanted to. Also, I'm really jealous because first, I don't have the eyeshadows that you have because they're brand new and they look amazing. And also, I don't have a compact of our new Malibu print, which you're also getting with your eyeshadows, and it's gorgeous. So, just throwing that out there. Anyway, so this is what your palette could look like if you set it up this way. I set it up in the order that I use each color, so it just kind of keeps it simple. So starting up here, we have our contour, which is Astoria for you. Next, I put my main highlight, which for you will be Sandy. Next is your brightening highlight, which for you is June. The next color I put is just a blush color, which yours is called Hollywood. This one's just a pink one that I had, and it's kind of close, but yours isn't quite this pink. And then up here we have our Bella Bronzer and then Rose Gold Illuminator here. So that's kind of how I had it set up. You're welcome to do it this way if you want, but like I said, it's totally up to you. So let's just get right in here, jump right in here. I'm also using the blend brush, which is the brush that you purchased. This is just a super light application, just a really delicate brush. So I don't use this brush often, but I do love it. It's definitely for a lighter coverage. But if you're noticing that you want more of a full coverage or it just isn't the brush that you wanted, we can definitely exchange or return if you feel like you need to. There's so many options. But you have 30 days to return, 60 days to exchange. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we're starting with our contour. I'll use the smaller side of the blend brush here and just kind of tap in. These are obviously creams, which I know you've watched videos before and have been following Seint for a while, but they're all creams, so a little bit does go a long way with them. All right, so contour. Rule of thumb is just to go under your cheekbone here. You can kind of gauge the top of your earlobe to the tip of your nose. It's kind of the line that you want to follow. This makeup is really like foolproof. If you don't get it just right, it's usually fine because it'll just blend right out how you want it to. Also, your contour probably isn't quite this dark just because I wanted to do a darker one so you could see it really well in the video. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this side here. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way, so you really don't need much. Other thing, especially with this brush, you sometimes can have like a hard time getting the contour out of, or like the product out of the tin. Like if you notice it's not coming onto your brush very well, you can heat these up very slightly, like with a hair dryer. My sister likes to do that. I don't really, but it is an option. But yeah, just hold it flat and then blow dry it with heat. If you notice that as a problem, but okay, so we did our cheekbones there, and then I'm just going along the top of my forehead, right on my hairline, down the sides of my temples. And this contour is just creating like a shadow. Gives some shape and dimension to your face. And I put like a ton right there, so I mean, if you just keep blending until you're happy, it's totally just works, which is another reason why I feel like it's just foolproof. All right, so that's our contour. The other thing you can do with your contour is just tap a tiny bit there, and you can contour the sides of your nose, which helps it to appear thinner. You definitely don't have to do this, but it is an option. Okay. Something like that. And then if I have any like left over on my brush, I'll usually brush it under my chin here too. Okay, so that's contour. Now would be a great time for you to pause, put your contour on, and then we can be on the same page here. Okay. Moving on to your main highlight. You can use the same exact brush. You don't need to clean it in between. Like I said, I put like my excess contour under here so I can dip right into my main highlight. So this is going to be Sandy for you, and all these names are on the bottom side of the tin. I'm going to use the fluffy side of the brush and just dip into my main highlight, and this goes under your contour here, all the way around where you would grow a beard. So you can apply it however light or heavy you would like. I will say, if you've noticed that you're having a lot of texture show through, or not getting the coverage you want, then it can be because you're applying too much, or your color could be a little bit off. Obviously, I color matched you with your pictures that you sent me, which was an amazing picture, by the way. But some people like different looks, and you can use like 2 or 3 different highlight colors. It also depends on how long you've been out in the sun too. So obviously your skin changes probably day by day, but especially in the summertime and transitioning to winter, we might shade down. Anyway, so if you're noticing you don't like how it's applying or how it's not covering how you want it to, there's definitely troubleshooting options. So please let me know if you are having any problems, because we can work them out. I want you to be happy with your routine. Okay, so that is your main highlight. It goes everywhere you grow a beard. And then just right under that contour on your forehead, you can do a little strip there. Okay, and I kind of like to blend as I go somewhat, but you obviously can just put it where you want it, and then we can blend later. Okay, the next color here is our brightening highlight, which is June for you. So this, you're gonna apply under your eyes, and when you're applying under your eyes, you might use this more, but when you're applying under your eyes, make sure you're going and kind of right up under there, but then kind of make a triangle down the edge of your nose here, the side of your nose, and then up to your temple. So you kind of have this triangle here. And don't just do a boomerang here, because you want your light to be, your brightening to be this whole center of your face here. Alright, so I'm just tapping that on. I like to use a swiping motion. That's another thing. If you notice that just like stippling your makeup on is better for you, that might be a better option. Sometimes I like to do that too. So you kind of just have to play with it and figure out what technique that you like best. So this goes under your eyes, sides of your nose. It also goes down the strip of your nose, between those two contour lines. And then just above your eyebrows on the rest of your forehead that you don't have covered with foundation yet. Okay. And then you can also put a dab here and a dab here. So you kind of make this T with your brightening highlight, if that makes any sense. Okay, and then that is your 3D foundation. Those 3 colors make your 3D foundation. I would obviously add a little bit of blush, but usually at this point is whenever I blend everything together. So pause me now, make sure you got your main highlight on here and your brightening highlight here. Okay, so like I said, this makes up your whole 3D foundation, your contour, your main highlight, and your brightening highlight. That's it. You could be on your way and just leave it at this. I would take the fluffy side of your brush and just kind of blend out your contour lines into your hair. Go towards your hairline. You can blend out these ones on your nose so you don't look like a clown going to work. And then up here, I usually will just drag up into my hairline again, so it doesn't look like such a large transition from my white scalp to my contour. I would say the more you blend, the less you're gonna see your contour, but then I usually blend down my neck just a tad. Okay, so that is it. That's your 3D foundation, okay? But we have all these other fun things that we can do too. So we're gonna add some bronzer and blush. I usually like to add my bronzer first, and again, the fluffy end of your brush to do that. So I'll grab some of that on here, and this goes, if you like, close your eyes and think about where the sun hits you when you go outside. Put it at those spots. So when I close my eyes and think about that, I think like the balls of my cheeks and the top of my forehead. So that's literally what you do. It's almost where you put your contour, but it's just gonna add a little bit of warmth, and it does add some extra definition too with that contour. So I really love to use bronzer. I always usually put it on my neck too, and then some people dab it on their nose as well. So it's a free-for-all with bronzer. Put it where you like, but that's what I do. Okay, we got our bronzer on, and then we can move into our blush. Just tap in there and place it just above your contour line almost, but it's gonna be below your illuminator. Sometimes people also like to apply their blush with their finger and then blend it out. Just tap a dot there and blend it out. Can totally do that too. Okay. And then lastly, we have our illuminator, which I like to put on with my finger. So I usually will just swipe in there, and then I place my illuminator on the very top of my cheekbones. It just adds a little shine and shimmer. I also put a tiny bit on the tip of my nose and on my lip here. Some people also like to put it just under their brow bone. Just adds a little shine. That, I think, is it. Just blend out some more, and I think we'll be good to go. If you're noticing that you are not getting the under eye coverage that you want, June does a really good job of that usually on its own just by using that highlight. But if you're not getting the coverage you want, then let me know and we can do some troubleshooting with that as well. There's a lot of different tips and tricks that we can use. So that's it. let me know if you have questions, concerns. Keep practicing. There's a card that came with your makeup. You can literally just follow that. It's like a paint by number. If that helps you to visualize it, great. That's definitely an option. Okay, yeah, try it. Let me know what you think. And I am here if you need anything. Good luck.